Okay, so good evening and welcome to Singapore, everybody. You join us here for the X5 race. It'll be a 50% race, I think it's 31 laps. So it'll be myself and Sound Wars Jr. in the commentary tonight once he gets back to doing whatever he's doing. So got a couple of new drivers tonight. We've got both the Alpine drivers, Max and Nico. So it'll be interesting to see what their sort of pace is like. There is also Rabas in the Williams, and if I can find the other name, which I can't, which I'm terrible for. There we go. Right, so let's see who's going to go out first. There's a really technical track on this one. To be honest, I know this sounds totally evil, but I'm kind of hoping for rain. Yes, cheers, Boy. That's what I like to see, that it's going to be wet. Let's go. So a couple of the drivers out. I've got Jai Beast in the Williams. He's normally a really quick driver. He's out on track already. In fact, I think everyone's going to be getting out early on track here. This is quite a hard technical track. Quite a lot of places where literally you lose one little bit, your wing's coming off.
Yeah, so hopefully we get some clean racing, seeing as it's a full grid.
So let's see who's going to be first one. I think it's one of the McLarens.
There we go, just had to sort my microphone.
Yep, just deafened me for a couple of seconds there. Thanks. So yeah, first driver going around is going to be Klovics in the McLaren. He'll be the first one to get going on a flying lap.
Yeah.
So I think we'll go on board one. We'll just see how he takes the street circuit of Singapore. See, just going through turn 1, 2 and 3. It takes quite a bit of curve. Oh, I think that was going to be an invalidation. It looked like it went a bit wide. Takes a lot of the curve to that. It's quite a nice level on the power though. This is one of the prime overtaking opportunities as you're just coming down and a run down at this corner. Just off the watch, you don't go too wide, really easy to get a track limit warning. Oh, at least the lap's looking tidy so far anyway. This is still a few of the drivers still sitting in the pits. Oh, it takes a lot of the curve to the flat section just before he gets into the hairpin. Goes really wide at the hairpin. That'll cost him a lot of time there. But it is just a banker lap. Again, when the second overtake opportunity, and if you can get a good run on someone. As we just see Klovics coming through into the third sector. This was the bit that they changed, thankfully. I so hated when it was the old style part of the track where you went underneath the bridge, but you see Klovics through the last couple of corners. You'll put the bank up at 133.4, but you'll know that won't stay. There was quite a few errors in that one.
Yeah, well, Ashton Army is actually went a little bit slower than Klovics there.
Yeah, so there's still a few drivers sitting in the pits. I don't know when it is that it's actually supposed to start raining, whether it's going to be during qualifying or whether it's going to be for the race. If it's going to be for the race, you might find a few of the drivers going out with a wet setup on rather than with a dry setup to get a good qualifying position. Nice to see Mini Nico in the Alpha Tauri. He's just on his way as Roy Joe, his teammate. He puts it currently on pole on a 129.4. Roy's in the battle for the championship at the moment. It's between him and Kuhnboy, although Just Sam is still in there in third place, just slightly further behind.
Dug the plug almost hitting the wall there. That was quite close.
apologies if the dog gave you a heart attack. That was someone coming in the door. It's just at that moment we see me go in, and I swear I hope that wasn't the commentator's dog that done that. Right, apologies for that, everybody. Right, where were we again? Right, so we've just seen some of the remaining drivers on their outlapping that as well. Whereas for the banker times are quite spread out. Although that could all change.
Yeah, well, Bassi is out on a flying lap, so let's see if he'll be able to get a nice banker lap in.
Oh, it's went purple through the sector 1. The thing is, it is really easy to lose time on this. Plenty of corners just to make one little error. But he's looking nice and fast. Should be getting another split coming up soon to see whether he's on course for putting it any place near pole. .104 now, it's a good split. It's went purple sector 2 as well. This is looking really nice with the McLaren driver here. Let's see if it just keeps it nice and tidy through the last couple of corners. And it's a 130.1 up into second place. It did look like a nice time there. I was trying to get to Jai Beast there in the Williams because I know he was coming around his fast lap. He's put it up into 6th place. A lot of drivers sitting in the 130s. I want to see Moxie soon, the Red Bull. He's just coming through into sector 3. We'll see how his time goes.
There's only one driver that's not in a 130, and that's Royal.
Yeah, see everyone getting their banker laps in that in. No, 9th for Moxie. That's not too bad. And I had a couple of early predictions put in. It was actually by Bassi. It was predicting that he would get P1 and that Bean would get P2. So Bean's currently just on his outlap at the moment, so we'll soon see whether he can get up near the front of the grid. Bean is actually one of the faster drivers. Real Aston's retired for the session already. Now we're going crazy in this, and he's just coming in to start his flying lap, and it looks like he's going to get traffic. 2 cars in front of him here.
Yeah, well, Kumbo, he's just coming in to finish his first flying lap. If this isn't good, he'll have enough time to get in and get back out, I think.
Both Alpha Tauris getting out of the way crazy nicely there. See where Crazy can put the Aston Martin on a grid. He'll be hoping that he can get this up near his teammate, because Nicky's in the other Aston up in 3rd place at the moment. Yes, it's quite tight at the top actually. There's a lot of drivers into the 130, so even just a couple of tenths improvement for anyone's going to move them up a few places on the grid. You see Crazy sticking right up against the wall there. Now hopefully we'll get a good exit coming out of here and not track limit it. Really easy just to drift over that white line. No, he's got... No, and unfortunately Crazy invalidates the last one. It's alright. Co-commentators having a technical glitch. Let's just all go. So danger in the Ferrari, that's him out in his flying lap as well. That's Coonboy's team up. So this is actually his first one that Danger's going out on. So again, apologies if I get distracted just trying to sort the co-commentator out at the same time as this. Oh, the joys. We'll see how Danger takes sector 2. Nice and close to the wall there. He's going to use every inch of the track on the exit. I mean, his teammate Goomboy will be hoping that that Danger puts this as far up the grid as he can. Maybe try and help him out in the challenge for the battle at the top. And let's see where does Danger, and Danger puts it right up into second place, a 1:29.9. That was a really good time, and that was only his first flyer as well. Nicely done with the Ferrari driver there. Quite a few drivers going around in their flying laps. Just trying to see who's near the start of the finish. Minimiko, he's just went on to another flying lap. Gets a bit of a slide going through the first couple of corners there. Royal definitely be hoping that Mini can get up into the 130 somewhere. Well, he's just over a tenth down at the moment, but he could certainly gain that back.
I'm back. So you got person who's still on pole now, sitting in first. Royal, he's on his flying lap. Let's see if you can go any faster.
Yeah, well, we just keeping an eye on Minimiko, see whether he can, and he's definitely gained some time back. He's just under half a tenth up. If you can just keep a hold of that, I mean, he will need to make a bit more of an improvement to move up any places. As he just brings it through the last couple of corners. I think he might have just touched the wall there just before he came into the last couple of corners. Yeah, and that cost him the time. Unfortunately, lost a little bit there, so he never, unfortunately, didn't improve any.
And Royal keeps it on pole 9 tenths ahead with a 1:29 flat.
Nice, almost half a second improvement there. There's Rabis in the Williams, he's on a 1:29. I think he's just finished his lap. There's Nick in the Aston. We'll see whether he's up or down this time or not. Again, he's in the same position. A couple of tenths would move him up a place. We'll just see where he is at the moment when he comes across. What was 10.5 up? Like I said, if he could just make that up to a couple of tenths, it'll move him up 1 or 2 places, providing no one else improves.
Yeah, well, somebody who hasn't set a time yet is Crazy. He's on an out lap. He's just about to start his flying lap. This will be his only lap, so he better not mess it up.
There we go, and Nick puts in a 1:30 flat, so it moves him up 1 place, but the few drivers behind him are out on their out laps in that at the moment. You see Moxie he's on his second run as well. In fact, very few drivers are, most of them are in the pits. They'll just probably either be getting ready to come out for their final run. They'll need to make it very quickly to get round though. Moxie will definitely be looking for to improving that time, because he normally is further up the grid than this.
Yeah, well, let's see if Crazy can put it anywhere in the mid-pack at least. That's what he'll be hoping for.
It is always risky leaving it late and only giving yourself one run, but if you can get that one good clean run in, that's all you need.
Well, his Aston Martin teammate is just in front of him, so he better get out of the way.
And Moxie improves on his time. It only moves him up a couple of places, but he does make an improvement. I see Bassett in the McLaren. He's out on his lap. He's one of the drivers. It's not that far behind, although Roy has put a time in there that's like a second faster than everyone. I think it's going to take something to catch that time.
Let's see, Crazy coming through the last corner. And he puts it in 10th, mid-pack.
No, you predicted it. You said it'd be mid-pack.
You've got quite a few drivers out on an outlap right now.
Yeah, I think anyone that's got the time, this is where they're going to be coming out, trying to get that one final run done. As you see, Sam in the McLaren, he's making his way through Sector 2 just now. And say this will be his final run. But I've still to see anyone that's been coming close to Roydro in the Alpha Tauri so far time-wise. As I say that, there probably will be someone that's going quicker than that, but looks like Sam's going to get to finish his lap without really getting too much traffic. Yeah, just the one car, but the car, it was well. See where Sam puts this. Does he improve any?
That was an Aston Martin wide there.
Sam does improve on his time, but unfortunately doesn't move on position. So currently he's sitting in 6th, and that's Mr. being retired for the session. That's his qualifying done for the day. He'll be hoping that no one else puts in a quicker time, since he's sitting down in 11th place at the moment.
Yeah, well, Fallen could be a contender for fastest lap now anyway. He's going into the last corner. Let's see.
Oh.
Second, a 1:29.1, just over half a tenth behind.
That was so close for failing there. Nicely done by the Alfa Romeo driver. I mean, I think the one that should be most concerned at the moment is probably Koonboy in the Ferrari. I mean, he's currently, that's his qualifying done. He's sitting back in 9th. And his closest rival, but there's only 9 points of difference, is currently sitting on pole.
And Bassi just puts it in 4th because Doug the Plug puts it on 3rd with a 1:29.4 and Bassi with a 1:29.6.
Nice job of both Alfa Romeos there, 2nd and 3rd at the moment. Right up the grid there. So I don't think there's anyone else on a lap. Everyone else is actually, so that is going to be your qualifying done. So Roydro in Alpha Tauri takes pole on a 1:29 flat. Phelan takes 2nd, with Jibes pops in 3rd on a 1:29.2, because he splits both Alfa Romeos. Doug the Plug was in 4th, Bassi takes 5th. Max in Alpine, one of the new drivers, he takes 6th. Danger in the Ferrari takes 7th, with Rabas, the other new driver in the Williams, taking 8th. Nick Man Please, the first of the Astons, in 9th, and you've got just Sam rounding out your top 10. And then, as I say, you've got Koonboy currently sitting qualified 11th. He'll be well disappointed with that. But like we said at the start, though, it depends how many of the drivers actually went with a dry setup or went with a wet setup for qualifying. I mean, if it's going to be a full wet race, then you'll probably find that the likes of Bean and Kumbai that have possibly went for a wet setup. But I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Now, a couple of the drivers doing 3 runs, although being conservative just in case it is does happen to be dry. He's got a couple of sets of softs that he'll be able to use for the race.
Yeah, well, Mini Miko, he done 4 runs on that one there.
Quite a few of the cross the pit exit lane on the white line. That's they better watch not do that in the race, or they could incur a penalty for that. Right, time for the race. So good luck to all the drivers. Fingers crossed you have a safe race.
Yeah, hopefully there's going to be a couple of safety cars, so more than likely there will be.
I'm kind of hoping not, but 9 times out of 10 there is going to be, because it's probably one of the more technical starts to the Grand Prix, when as soon as you're diving into the left, right, left. I mean, so much opportunity to try and make up a couple of places that unfortunately drivers mistime their braking and accidents happen. So hopefully not this time.
You know what the start of the race looks like on this track? See, when you're playing Fall Guys, you've got a full grid, and it's one that's where you're in between the walls. They're all trying to jam through, and you're just banging into each other. That's what the start of this race is going to be like.
Yep, here we go. Just went to the fire lights. There's 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights are on. We'll see if all the drivers can get away to a clean start or not. Looks like everyone gets away on a clean start there.
Oh, and there's a McLaren. Oh, and there's 3 cars way down the pack now.
Yeah, everyone managed to hold steady at the front, but the mid pack is manic. They're going side by side. There's one of the McLarens, a Red Bull going slightly red. I see one of the Ferraris, that's Kumbai. He's moved himself up at 9th place, made a couple of places. Both the Astons were swapping places as well. That was a crazy start. It's that real Aston Army and the Haas, and out of they've went dropped places. Bassi, he must have been involved in something at the back there, because he has dropped right down to 18th place. Oh, he's dug the plugs out. He's retired for the session. He's right in the wall. Oh, there's been a massive accident. Cars have collected him at the back as well, and that's going to be a virtual safety car.
Yeah, right at the start, I think it was either Anand or Rabas. They touched the McLaren of Bassi, and basically all 3 of them went wide. That's why they're all down there.
Yeah, Klovik's had to give a couple of positions there. I think he was partly involved in that accident. So it's quite why we've got that break, quite a wide variety of strategies, but it is already raining. Yeah, it is. It's already raining. That is why there were a couple of drivers started on the soft tyres, because it's starting to rain already.
Yep, you can see it on the camera. Well, here it comes. Well, when will the drivers come into the pits? Yeah. Is it going to be this lap? Is it going to be next lap? When do they go? Oh, it's already starting to get slidey. Yeah, this is going to be this lap in the pits, everyone.
Maybe not wet enough yet, but that does look like the rain is extremely heavy.
Wow.
You can already see the puddles starting to form.
And there's a few of the drivers into the pits. And it'll be inters that'll be going on.
Yeah, we just see there Rabas was involved, even though they're all in the pits. I was going to quickly see what the position changes were, but because of people coming in the pits, that will not help any. And yeah, it looks like at the moment everybody's coming in and going on the intermediate tyres. Of course, some of the drivers elected to stay. The problem they've got is if everyone comes in, the Astons are going to be double stacking, unless Nick can actually drop back just ever so slightly, create a bit more of a gap.
Yeah, I want to see this. Will Nick and create. Well, they've got a 2-second gap. Usually a pit stop. Well, they've got a 2.7 second gap. Usually a pit stop for Aston Martin is about 2.2, 2.4. Yeah, he's dropping back. He's dropping way back.
Yeah, because they'll both be coming into the pit, so it's very essential at least that way they're not going to double stack. Because that gives them a good 3-4 seconds now. So, whoa, someone went straight on at the back there. Oh, and it was just Sam in the Mercedes. He's outbraked himself on the dry tyres there. He's managed to get into the runoff. I don't know if he's damaged his car. It'll look like there's Alpha Tauri Mini Miko. He's outbraked himself. It's getting extra slide on that track for the drivers on dry tyres.
And this virtual safety car will help Royal and a couple of the drivers that are just behind them if it stays out until the end of this safety car.
Yeah.
As long as... Oh yeah. Royal definitely get in and out before the back, before 10th and everybody else.
Yeah, because Sam's at the back of that pack and everyone going at virtual car safety speed. He's going to come out easily on that. But with all that action right at the front, it's kind of made it where there's a big gaps appearing already under the virtual safety car, and we haven't even had a full racing lap yet. Certainly knew the wet weather was going to throw a spanner in the works, but wow.
Well, Coomboy predicted it. He said that it would be wet.
Yeah, thankfully he did say that. I mean, that has really helped him. I mean, that's him up into 5th already. He's on an electric start to this race, because he did make up a good 2 or 3 positions right at the start before the virtual safety car and that came out. But I mean, look at the gap already at the front as we've suddenly just got back under racing again. So at the moment it's Roy in first, Fail in second, Jaiby's just over 5 seconds behind in the Williams, and Crazy another couple of seconds behind him, although Coomboy's just made the bit.
And Crazy is way wide.
Yeah, unfortunately that's going to drop him right down the grid. I'm down at 12th. I mean, right now this is going everything against Royal other than him being up at the front, but Kumai's now up in the 4th place, so he'll be looking.
Oh, there's a caution. It's Nightwolf. Nightwolf is DNF. I have no idea what happened, but Nightwolf is DNF'd. What's happened there?
I was going to say, I'm just going on board with one of the Haas drivers, see if we can still see whether Nightwolf's car's there. No, it's already disappeared. As I say, this track is tricky at the best of times, but in the wet it is even trickier. Like I say, there's probably going to be quite a few DNFs in this race. But wow.
Yeah, so now we're just waiting on another virtual safety car finishing.
I mean, look at the gaps up and down the field. I think as these conditions have caught quite a lot of the drivers out. As a virtual safety car, I think we've seen being in one of the Astons going to almost swap positions, but hopefully it won't be too much longer and the virtual will be ending. But I mean, your closest battle on track at the minute is going to be from 6th place downwards. Oh, as Mini Miko gets a drive through for speed under the virtual safety car. Oh, as the virtual safety car's ends, but Royal was really slow to get on, or Phelan just really got the foot down early, right up the back of the Alpha Tauri. Although they're only on lap 4, with the gap they've got, it's probably a good idea just for them to work together and not fight. Stretch that gap, I mean, that's what Royal will probably be hoping.
Yeah, Nick. Oh, Nick. Mr. Bean just coming across. Hits him, runs a little bit wide. Oh, comes back across on Nick again. Taps the back of him. Oh, and Mr. Bean has spun Nick right round. All the way round. Doing circles.
Ah, and that has ruined Nick's race. Both Aston Martins have been in trouble with this race, but you've seen the contact as they went through the corner, and unfortunately the Mercedes just didn't give it enough room and spun the Aston. He's back up at the front. Roy's managing to...
Oh, Mr. Bean getting a little bit slidey there. That's going to allow Max, hopefully, to maybe get round the outside. He's deployed his ERS. He has got past Mr. Bean in the McLaren. Oh, there's... And the...
yeah, currently Mercedes is in an Alpine sandwich.
Yeah, Nico and Stam are right behind. It's like a battle for 6th.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean's just sliding around.
Yeah, I mean, this is the main battle on track. I mean, Roy up at the front of the field.
Oh, here comes the other Alpine. Nico, looking to go down the inside.
Oh, I thought Dean kind of maybe cut that chicane slightly there. Could be wrong. But it does allow him to get that move done. Although it's saying that, the Alpine is not going, it's going to go back down the inside. Ooh, that could be...
And there's Mercedes running wide there. Just Sam ran wide at that corner because of all the action that's going on right now.
But still, the Mercedes and the Alpine side by side has been going to make the move in it. Is he just going to hold back? Goes for the inside. He is filling the Alpine's mirrors full of that Mercedes trying to get past. And while all this is being going on, Moxie soon, the Red Bull has just been sneaking up on the back of them. Yeah, as we see the Alpine that's managed to make it through on the Mercedes driver, but will he make it stick? I mean, the upside for it is that because of the wet weather, the DRS has been disabled, so he won't have it when after they go through this section and getting out of the hairpin. Although Bean's not letting the Alpine get away. Oh, and there's a caution out up near the back. I think that is that one of the McLarens, or it's Nick. I think Nick's had another accident. I don't know if he's been involved with something or whether it was his own mistake, but he's currently down to 16th. And he's also tagged a wall. He's missing one of his end plates. So that's going to be another trip into the pits. That's going to send him well back. Although, at the way this race is going, one full safety car, and he's right on the back of the grid, because there'll be way more DNFs than this. As we see, the battle for 7th is still just as hot between Bean, Moxie, Crazy, Just Sam. Oh, that was a big send by Bean there. Oh,
and I
great,
just saw
way
that.
late. Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, and Max, he's just picked up the penalty for that.
Unfortunately, I went on board, so all the seems afterwards. But to myself, I thought Bean had went into the back out, but I went on board and never didn't quite see it. Although Rabas, the penalty that he picked up was a...
And it's a full safety car because Bean has crashed his car.
Bean's off into the wall. He's DNF properly. So this will help the drivers at the back that have already been involved in incidents.
I think everybody will be coming in to put fresh intermediates on.
Yeah, they've not done very many laps on them, but because it's a full safety, I think probably most of the drivers are. I mean, most of them have got a gap if they wanted to come in and put fresh rubber on. But I mean, it was actually heating up to be a really good battle in there for between those drivers. Oh, it's the last thing that Roy and Failer want. I mean, look at the gaps that first and second managed to pull out. I mean, that's them lost over near enough a 10-second gap. However, it's certainly been an eventful start to the race, and now that we're under the full safety car, we'll actually get a chance to see where everyone, the positions actually who's pretty much lost the most and gained the most. So.
And Royal, I don't think they're going to come into the pits. Oh, Fallen's into the pits, but Royal is not. He's stayed out. So is Jaibeast.
I mean, I suppose they've barely done any laps on the tyres. They've only done, what, 2-3 laps, and a couple of those were under this virtual safety car, and now we're under the full safety car as well. Although that extra, just couple of laps difference in the tyres can make all the difference.
Let's see, Failing, where's he going to come out? 6th. So he only lost 5 places coming into the pits. So that's not that bad, to be honest.
And he is going to be on the fresher tyres, which is going to help us. I'm sure he'll be able to gain a couple of places back.
Nick Man, please. He's on fresher tyres.
Just looking at the position changes, Bassi hasn't had the race he's wanted after qualifying right up near the front. Finds himself back down on 14th, but this is his chance to make up a few places in that as well. Anand in 13th, he's managed to gain 5. I'm effectively going to be starting to call him the silent assassin, because you never seem to hear or see him for the entire race, and then all of a sudden he pops up there near the top 10 if not higher. I mean, Coonboy will be loving this. I mean, he's already made up 8 places, sitting up there in 3rd place. So even though the qualifying wasn't great, this race has really been playing into his hands.
Yeah, well, Coonboy, he'll be happy. He's went up 8 places. There's quite a few of them that's went up 7. Nico, Moxie Sue, Clovix. Quite a few that's went up. Royal hasn't moved any because he's just been dominating this race so far. So,
And of course this gives all the drivers a chance to recharge their battery in that as well.
yeah, well, if Coonboy finishes 3rd and Royal finishes 1st, it'll help Royal in the championship. He's only 12 points behind Coonboy. 9 points, sorry, got mixed up.
Alright, so we're just waiting on the other couple of drivers that are just at the back there to catch up. Although I think there will be another lap because they're still a good half lap, almost 3/4 of a lap behind. But interesting to see how well both the Ferraris can work together here. I mean, what would be ideal for Coonboy? Basically perfect restart. And for Danger to hold up the rest of the pack. You know, if Coonboy can get a good start, get away. I mean, obviously Danger will be looking to stay right up there as far as he can. So I mean, even if both Ferraris can pull a gap on the Alpines, on the Alpine driver. But I mean, Max, other than his penalty, the Alpine driver, his first race, he's actually been having a good race as well. And so is his teammate Nico, who's currently sitting in 7th. Both of them have moved up a few places and actually had a good opener.
Yeah, so now we're just waiting on the safety car getting back in, so we can get back to some proper racing.
Yeah, it's just Nick and Real Ashton to catch back up to the back of the pack. So I think for the distance they're at, the safety car will probably stay out for one more lap. But yeah, that's it. Good thing about the safety car is it brings the entire pack back together again. Of course, downside is it means we can have mayhem into turn 1 again. Which obviously, fingers crossed, I hope we don't. But wet tyres, everyone going for it, we can kind of predict what's going to happen.
Yeah, you could just see it coming. Everybody into turn 1, bang, crash, safety car.
I mean, even if Coonboy can get finished 2nd place, he'll still hold his lead in the championship, although it will be almost cut in half. And of course you want to have as much of that lead as possible now that we're getting into the business end of the season where there's only 3 races to go after this one.
This is where every driver is pushing and pushing and pushing to get any amount of points that they can. Even people who are sitting 12th in the championship, they want to still move up, you know, get 11th or 10th, depends how close they are. You want to get as high up because then your team will be happy with you.
Exactly.
Oh, and 5-second penalty for Rabas. Severe collision with Just Sam. I wonder if he was
under AI, because sometimes if you go under AI, it does have a habit of occasionally crashing.
Well,
right.
no for wing.
So, by the looks of things, the Haas should be on the back of the grid, so the safety cars should be coming in this lap.
And the weather can't make up its mind up in Scotland because it was raining, and now it's sunny, and then it'll probably rain.
And Mini Mikos went wide there. I don't know if he just made a mistake or ran wide for a reason.
Yeah, I really like this track. I've raced around it a couple of times, but it's actually not bad a track. I've never done it in the wet, but it's a really good track to race around. But you can't run wide or you're in the wall.
Yeah, definitely. But like we said, I mean, Roy's certainly putting on a performance.
Come on, safety car. You have to come in this lap.
Yeah, that's the Haas caught back up to the back of the grid again, so we'll be getting going. But I noticed that Nick and the Haas are swapping places for whatever reason at the back there. Right, so we're just getting through just about into sector 3, so yep, safety cars coming in this lap, so it'll be right to take control of them again. At least if he can get a good restart here, he's got the advantage that he can stay out of trouble going into turn 1. It's just how early or late does he actually leave it to go.
Yo, let's see. Safety car. It's just coming round to the pits.
I mean, Jaibeast is normally quite good on the restarts in that as well, so I think it'll be quite difficult to shake him right at the start.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, that Williams is right on the rear diffuser of the Alpha Tauri.
Yeah, the Alpha Tauri
to see where
Royal.
Roy's going to go.
Now let's see if there's going to be mayhem.
And there we go, Roy's put the foot down, made a nice restart, gets a healthy lead at the start there. That was nicely done by the Alpha Tauri driver. In fact, the front three, and I think Danger's doing what I said. That, to me, that looked like Danger was holding up the pack slightly. That is really good teamwork if that was meant. Because that takes the pressure off Coomboy's teammate in third place to allow him to go and chase first and second. And I don't know if it's just me, but it doesn't look like the track's as wet as what it was. I know it is still raining, but that doesn't look as bad as what it was. It was the Alpine driver swapping positions there for 6th and 7th. Rabas and the Williams, he's having a fight with Just Sam and the Mercedes. They're swapping for 10th and 11th place at the minute. I mean, back up at the front, Roy's definitely made that restart work. He's managed to get that up to just over a second already. I mean, it really does. When you're on the onboard, it looks really slidey coming through the sections going into the hairpin.
And Klovic just bangs right into the back of Just Sam. Don't think that gave him any damage.
I mean, Phelan's getting close to the back of Danger as well. He's looking to make a move on that Ferrari. If he can, he's right on the back end of him. We'll see whether he makes a move just before we go into the last 2 or 3 corners. Because he is all over the back. We've got a caution out at the back. There's been an accident at the back.
It's Just Sam and Bassi. And it's another safety car.
And Mini Miko's being involved as well. And there's another safety car. Wow. I think the FIA are going to have to hire some new stewards because they are going to be extremely busy this evening. Just when I said about Mini Miko and that swapping places, basically the game let him go past, but Mini Miko was actually being nice and...
Royal is stuck on the mediums.
I said it looked like it was drying up. Is that a mistake or was that on purpose?
No, because Coomboy, he's put on the hards. Crazy on the mediums. Royal's on the mediums. Jaibeast on the mediums. Nick, Klovic, Just Sam. I think everybody is going onto the dry tyres.
Yeah, you can see the dry line. You can see it.
They're taking... Oh, and Real Ashton Army's just stopped on the track. And Nick's picked up a 5-second penalty for crossing the white line.
On the pit lane exit, yep.
Well, Mini Miko, you could tell he's definitely looking to make up some positions. He's stuck on a set of softs.
Now, this is certainly going to play into the hands of the people that actually went with a dry setup. I think the ones that were on the wet, if anyone did go with a wet setup, I think they would have expected a safety car, just not this many, because otherwise we'd probably already been on round about lap 20 by now, possibly.
Yeah, you could still see a little bit of the wet line, but at some points on the track it's dry.
Yeah, the driver's still going to have to be careful for a lap or two, but it does look like it's going to dry up pretty quick. So really your top couple of drivers never really changed, but I mean, you've still got Roy, Jaibeast and Coomboy sitting in there. I mean, they're still your effective leaders of this race, and as the front three have still got to come in and swap onto the dry tyres, which I assume they'll probably come in this lap. But well, certainly been an incident-filled race so far. Hopefully, now that it's kind of going back to the dry weather, some of the drivers will be able to keep their cars under control a little bit better, as you see the top few drivers coming in off the intermediates. And Phelan's just been disqualified for the session for ignoring yellow flags. Wow, did not see that coming. Yeah, so just as we're looking, as we run through the tyres there, as they were Rabas and Josh Sam being on the hards, they're probably looking to push that right to the end of the race, as long as it doesn't go back to being raining again. So as we say, Roy, here he takes over the lead, or at least right behind the safety car, followed by Jai Beast and both the Ferrari drivers. We'll see whether both the Ferrari drivers do the same thing again. I mean, the one thing that has helped with the safety car is it's allowed both the Aston Martins to get right back up into 5th and 6th place again, after being right down near the back of the field. Unfortunately, the two that haven't fared so well in this one has been Moxie Sue and Anand. Moxie Sue was fighting his way up there. Unfortunately, now finds himself right down near the second last. Just while we're waiting, everyone catching up as well. So we've had the 4 retirements so far. We've had Mr. Bean in the Mercedes, Nightwolf in the Haas, and unfortunately we've had both the Alfa Romeos are out. Doug the Plug and Phelan. Not the start that Doug the Plug wanted, unfortunately, but not one of the easiest tracks to come to when you're doing your opening race either. And of course we'll soon see whether Mini Miko can make these soft tyres work as well. I mean, he'll definitely be looking to make up a good few places. I mean, he should be able to get past the hard runners without too much problem, because he will just have so much extra grip on those tyres. So when they get at least one more lap underneath the safety car, and so we've just got to wait on one of the McLarens and both the Red Bulls catching up to the back of the pack. But yeah, even after just that 1 or 2 laps behind the safety car, you can see the track looks completely dry. And it doesn't look like there's any wet patches or anything on it. Doesn't even look like it's been raining.
Yeah, just imagine if about another 10 laps goes into it and it starts raining again, and then after another 5 laps it goes dry. So we're just waiting on the safety car coming in. It should be coming in this lap, and hopefully there's no incidents into the first corner, as we've already had 3 DNFs and 1 disqualification.
Oh yeah, it's the amount of safety cars and virtuals that we've had. It's like we're still yet to get, I think, an actual 3-4 full laps of proper racing.
Why did Failing get disqualified?
It said he was ignoring yellow flags. I don't know if it was an actual game bug or whether he did ignore something, but it came up saying he was disqualified for ignoring yellow flags.
Alright. So the only person that's actually on the softs is Mini Miko. He'll definitely be looking to move up the order. And just while it's on safety car,
That's what I was saying.
quick give you a rundown of the penalties. So in 6th, Nick Man has a 5-second penalty. In 8th and 9th, Max, Bertom and Rabas, Mini Miko all have 3-second penalties. And 13th, Wheel Ashton Army has a drive-through penalty, which if he doesn't serve that, I think that adds 5 seconds on at the end of the race time.
To be honest, off the top of my head, I can't remember how much a drive-through penalty is. I just know it's always annoying because obviously you can't serve it under the safety car, so if he does come in and serve it once the safety car comes in. Alright, so we're just about to get the restart. Roy's definitely holding him up, letting that safety car get well ahead. We'll see whether he can get the same sort of jump on the Williams as what he did the last time. I mean, Kumboy's going to find it slightly harder. But oh, Roy's put the foot down early, I think. Has he went for it? He has. Roy's went for it. He's caught everyone out there. That was a nice restart by Roy. Yeah, I think he caught most of the drivers out. That's certainly creating gaps down the field already. Himself, Jaibeast and Kuhnboy managing to go, but Kuhnboy's already out of DRS. He'll need to use some of his battery just to quickly catch back up into that. Real Ashton gets a 5-second for speeding in the pit lane as he comes into service drive-through. And Clovis has been given another 3-second time penalty for his multiple warnings, but it's a nice start by the front three there. I mean, Roy and Jaibeast managing to get a fly. They're actually managing to pull away for Kuhnboy, but I think that's because he's on the hard tyres, although even if Kuhnboy doesn't lose too much, he will manage to get that gap back.
Yeah, Crazy's just tapped the back of Danger twice. No damage done, no spin, but a little bit of drift for Danger.
But it's been a nice restart by the Ferraris again. As the front three managers, and Clovis has had an accident, been involved in an accident there. He's dropping right into the back of the field. He's had a spin. So I hope that doesn't bring anything. He has managed to get the car back going again, so it shouldn't bring anything out, hopefully. But yeah, Kuhnboy's going to have to watch that Ferrari. He doesn't lose too much time. As Roy's just picked up a 3-second penalty. Oh, no, that could hamper. That's going to be an incentive for Kuhnboy and Jaibeast. If they can just keep it clean and not pick up any penalties, they know they can stay within 3 seconds. And that's probably why Roy picked up, as he was being pushing us, picked up the fastest lap of the race. I see Max in the Alpine down in 13th there. He's dropped a few places because he's coming into the pits.
Yeah, Mini Miko looking to make the move on just Sam.
And just keep an eye on Max. I think that looks like it's going to be a wing change. Has he picked up damage? Right? Yeah, he's picked up damage, so he's in for a wing change. But he is putting the soft tyres on. Roy currently just seems to be putting on a masterclass at the moment. He's already pulled that gap out to 2 seconds over Jaibeast, who's already pulled out another couple of seconds over Kuhnboy. I mean, front three definitely kind of stretching at the battle. I think is going to be on for 4th, 5th and 6th at the minute. I mean, both the Aston Martins are having a good run. They're just sitting behind Danger at the moment. I mean, some of the drivers that will maybe start to gain time later on is probably going to be Rabas and Just Sam, with them being on the hard tyres. I mean, Kuhnboy will be the same. Once we probably get another 10 laps or so in, if he's going right to the end, he'll start gaining that back once he hits the crossover point.
Yeah, well, we've got 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th are all fighting here.
Yeah, it's Crazy getting right up towards the back of Danger there. As
And that's DRS.
So obviously Crazy go for a move going down, and Turlin gets a little bit of a slide on there. This is where we'll start to get to see a couple of moves going. I mean, this is what's helped Roy Jaibeast. They don't have to worry about the DRS being enabled now. But
Let's see, we should get a couple of nice overtakes. Oh, Nico, he's fallen 1.5 seconds behind. So Bassie's definitely going to be looking to get right past him.
Oh, as you see, Crazy looking for the move on Danger. Danger went defensive, but Crazy thought better of it. And that actually made Danger go wide. He'll pick up a track limit warning for that. No penalties yet, but he will pick up a warning for that.
Yeah, Bassie has the DRS. He's looking to get past Nico, but just isn't going to do it yet. You think he's waiting for the right time.
Yeah, we've got another opportunity coming up for Crazy here. We could just make it nice and smooth round the hairpin as Moxie picks up a 3-second time penalty. Crazy got a good exit again at that corner, but just can't seem to quite get that acceleration that the Ferrari's got in front of him. And then his teammates still just, Crazy's teammates just settling. But this is certainly going to look like it's going to be a battle that's going to go on for a good few laps yet.
Yeah, definitely Bassie. I think Bassie's going to go past Nico going along the start-finish straight.
Crazy with the better exit. Was
think
about going round the outside, going to turn 1 and 2 there, but thought better of that. Pretty smart there. We'll just wait until the next part, get the DRS. There's a battle going on between Mini Miko for 9th, 10th and 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th there. I think Crazy's going to go for the move this time. Danger doesn't bother coming across the cover. I don't think there's any point. That was nicely done by the Aston Martin driver. We'll be hoping that his teammate can follow through just as fast. And as expected, we see Max putting in the fastest lap there on the softs. He is at the back of the field, but it just shows that the softs really are flying. I think Mini Miko would have been hoping that he could have made up a few more positions on those softs, but he kind of just got stuck in between the hard runners, unfortunately.
Yeah, Bassi definitely right up behind Nico. Nico's right up behind Mini Miko. Nico hits the wall there. Doesn't cause any damage. Yeah. But definitely Nico will definitely getting the move done on one of the DRS straights, as Mini Miko doesn't have any DRS. This helps Nico. Let's see, he's just going to be coming around the last couple of corners. We'll see if he does go past Mini Miko on the start-finish straight. Mini Miko has a little bit of a slide. Right, they're coming around the last corner onto the start-finish straight. Oh, it's Mini Miko! Oh, Mini Miko has drifted and went right into the wall, and he's out of this race. That lets Bassi right past Nico.
Oh, and dangerous Winston and the Ferraris had an accident as well. He spun around, lost. He's down at 11th place. He was doing well, but he was actually getting put under pressure by Nick in the Aston Martin. So that's been a bit Rabat. In the meantime, Rabas has managed to get up into 5th place. Him and Nick are having a good battle with this. I think Nick might have just tapped the wall there, but doesn't look like he's picked up any damage. So they swap positions for 5th and 6th. And Crazy, after he got past Danger, he's managed to close that gap on Kumboy. He's down to 1.3 seconds. Another couple of laps and he's going to be able within that DRS. I mean, they both run about the same battery as well, although up the front Royals used a bit more of his battery than what Jaibees has, but out the front runners, Jaibees he's in the best position with his ERS at the moment. Bit crazy, is really flying on those medium tyres. I mean, that's one got within the DRS of Kumboy already. I don't know if Kumboy's just kind of struggling on those hard tyres where the car just isn't working proper for him. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Moxie Sue's caught back up to the back of Nico. He's only a couple of tenths behind. Oh, Moxie Sue tries to go down the inside. There's contact. That was Moxie Sue's fault. He tried to go down the inside. That was a dirty move. He's gonna. Is he? Oh, they both run wide. Moxie Sue. He's going to look to go down the inside, and Danger's crashed it, going round the last corner. Moxie Sue maybe going to look for the inside line, doesn't get it done. I think they're going to be fighting going along the DRS straight. Let's see. I'm going to come round the corner onto the DRS straight. Moxie Sue gets a nice clean run. He has the DRS. Can he get past Nico? Round the outside. That means Nico's going to have the inside line. Nico goes a little bit wide. Taps the side of Moxie. Moxie Sue's going to have the inside line. Oh, and there's banging wheels. Let's see. Let's see if Moxie Sue can get past him here. He's right beside him. Wheel to wheel. Moxie Sue has the inside line. Sends Nico a little bit wide. Nico will definitely be looking to get right back on the back of that Red Bull and get back his 9th place.
I wonder there's another caution as Klovitz is retired for the session. That's her 6th retirement of the race so far. Right, and just then that's Crazy right up the back of Kumba. I think Crazy's probably going to be looking for a move either on this part or going into the next DRS straight. Although probably another lap or two, this is where the hard tyres should start coming into their own. But you just wonder if that's a bit too much of a gap for the Ferrari to start making up to the front runners in 11 laps. I mean, I think what you'll be able to can at least even try and catch up a bit. I mean, even Roy's looking fine with that 3-second penalty because it's still going to keep him in 2nd place at the moment. Like I say, they're causing a couple of accidents. Though this is about the closest battle, though. Nick has got Just Sam. Ooh, it's crazy, and Cowboy got really close there. I don't know if Cowboy just tapped the wall on the exit of that corner, but the pair of them got very, very close to each other.
You know, you've got Just Sam going to be looking to make a move if he could stay within the 1 second of Nick. After this corner, let's see, he's just over a second. I don't know if he's going to get the DRS. I think he's got the DRS. We'll find out now. Let's see. He's got the DRS, but he's way too far behind. He's got about over a second gap. So, yeah, so Just Sam, he's lost loads of time on Nick. He's about 1.5 seconds behind. And the closest battle on track is Crazy and Coomboy. And Crazy just goes flying down the inside of Coomboy there. That was a brilliant move.
So we'll see how much of a gap Crazy can put on Coomboy. But as I said, I thought the hard tyres would have been starting to come into their own a little bit by now. But as we see, the gaps are appearing all over the place. We're about Max managed to make up a position. He's just went past Danger there at the back of the field to take over 12th place.
Yeah. Danger will be looking to get that place back, but Max is on 6th lap old soft, so he'll maybe be coming in before the end, maybe not. It just depends on how the car feels in the next couple of laps.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the gap between the Ferrari and Crazy, and I noticed Crazy did pull out a wee bit, but now going through the first kind of sector, Coomboy was just managing to hold it steady, so I kind of wonder if the hard tyres are going to start to come out their own just now and they can start closing that gap, because at the moment this will definitely lose him his P1 in the Drivers' Championship at the minute. I mean, the person in 3rd place is Sam, down there in 7th place. He's currently 3rd in the championship. So it looks like going at the last couple of races, it could be almost getting cut down to a 2-person race for the top.
Yeah, well, roughly the closest battle on track to now is Nick catching up to the back of Rabas. He isn't in the DRS, but he is catching him. And there is quite a few drivers with 3 and 5 second penalties.
Yeah, but look at the gap up at the front. It's just been one of those races for Royal and the Alpha Tower. We haven't actually seen him for quite a while, mainly because he's been that far out in front at the moment. And like I said, even with that 3-second penalty, it's still going to give him like a 4-second lead at the moment.
Yeah.
So he'll definitely be praying that there's no other safety cars or anything like that for the remaining 7 or 8 laps. You just kind of wonder how those medium tyres are going to look if they can try and push them right to the end.
Yeah, well, Nick, he was within a second, just a second ago. There's no one that's in the DRS now.
Moxie in the Red Bull, he's getting ever so slightly closer to Bassi, and the McLaren, he's just about managed to get inside the DRS. If he could get that, he might be able to make that move up into 8th place, but then he really would have to. It's starting to rain. I can see rain.
Yeah, on the camera it's raining.
You predicted it. You said it was going to rain at the end. Oh, here we go again. Have we seen how quickly the track got wet the last time? Oh, this is just going to throw a spanner in the works for everyone. The track is going to start getting very slidey very quickly again. Oh, yep, definitely sliding. You see Bassi drifting it out the corner. As Royal gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So that's going to give him 8 seconds of penalties. His DRS has been disabled. It is chucking it down with rain already. It is definitely like being in Scotland. So everyone will be diving into the pits. As Coonboy gets a 3-second penalty for track limits, I think a few people are going to be getting that as they're sliding all over the place in these dry tyres till they get into the pits.
Yeah. So, well, I predicted it. It is raining.
I mean, it shouldn't change too much gap-wise. If everyone makes it into the pits and out again safely, but... Oh, rain again. And it looks like this will be until for the end of the race. But I mean, still anything could happen. We've seen the amount of mistakes that were made under the... when it first came out, it started raining. It took forever to get a racing lap in. As Nick picks up a 5-second penalty now for crossing the pit lane exit line. Yeah, again.
Yeah, so
I was just going to say again, Roy and AlphaTauri, excellent pit stop on his side. I mean, he's already stretched another 4 seconds of that gap out. I mean, he's got a 10-second lead at the front at the minute.
yeah, well, now there's definitely no close battles on the track.
Now,
Everybody's got gaps.
I think this is where everyone's just going to be trying to keep it on the track for the remaining 6-7 laps. Pray that other people pick up more penalties, and if they can catch up to it. I mean, this will play into anyone that's got a wet setup on. So I mean, we'll soon be able to see whether anyone has or not, if the gap starts coming down any quicker for any of the drivers. Although we have got a caution already. I think that's the Haas at the back. Was that real accident, or I think it was through that sector? Through sector 3, and Crazy's just ran wide and stopped. Oh, and Coonboy's already went past. There's Rabas and the Williams has went past. That's a disaster for Crazy. Although he has got that place back again past Rabas. But he's now 4 seconds behind Coonboy. That's promoted Coonboy up into the third. Oh, he will be loving that, because that would be unexpected points. So he just needs to try and keep this steady on the track for the remaining laps, and at least they'll be able to pick up a podium position if Crazy can't close the 4-second gap. But I think he's got to deal with Rabas more.
Yeah, so there's a couple of battles, not that much, but Bassi, he's right behind Nick, and Rabas, he's really close to the back of Crazy.
And as Crazy's not quite closing the gap yet. But of course, with everyone being on the fresh tyres as well, no one's going to have any sort of tyre advantage. It's literally going to come down to whether your setup's going to work in the wet properly or not. Let's say every couple of drivers managed to get time penalties there. Although Coonboy does still have to push slightly, because I forgot about him having his time penalty, and he'll be needing to try and keep that above 3 seconds to Crazy.
Yeah, Royal, he's still secured first place there now, because he's over 8 seconds ahead of J-Beast.
Yeah, and it looks like Bassi's definitely looking to try and get this move done on Aston Martin. Going through some of the corners, literally almost pushing. Oh, it's out, breaks himself right into the wall, and his front wing's completely off. We'll see whether they can get the car back going forward again, which he has, but that's going to be a trip into the pits. I say there's been so many errors in this race, but it's just the wet weather's just been catching so many of the drivers out. Now see Rabas 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, where he came down a right halt there. Of course, this will be him coming in to actually try and change tyres. Or according to that, he's actually got 11 old inters on. And of course, he's actually coming to get a wing change as well. A very long pit stop there. That's it, there's Bassey in the pits for his pit stop and the wing change as well. But
yeah, so there's not really any close battles on the track. There's all like 2-3 second gaps in between everybody.
But Crazy has started to pull that gap down on Kumba. He's got it down within 3.2. If he could just get it down ever so slightly further, that'll be him in contention for the podium positions.
Yeah, hopefully. Maybe even Nick, if he could just get up the field and push his car, he might be able to catch up to the back of Sam and maybe even steal 5th place.
But yeah, Crazy seems to be loving this wet weather. He is really closing in that gap on the Ferrari in front of him. I wonder whether Coomboy had a dry setup on that and Crazy actually had more of a wet setup, because his car just seems to be handling the conditions a bit better than what that Ferrari does.
Well, Nick, he's brought that gap down by 7/10. We'll get to see, and that's a yellow flag. I wonder who that yellow flag was for.
You say Nick slowly bringing that gap down to the Mercedes. I mean, if you can get past the Mercedes, and even if Crazy manages to pick up that podium position, that'd be a great result for the Aston Martins to pick up a 3rd and 5th of that if they can. It'll certainly help them in the constructors' battle anyway.
Yeah, so let's see if Nick can catch up just over 2 seconds in 4 laps.
As we see, Roy looks like he's just out for a Sunday drive in the rain. No one in front, no one behind. It's like watching Max Verstappen go around in real life.
It's the same as J-Beast, he's 17 seconds ahead and 12 seconds behind.
Yeah, top 2 drivers pretty much just out in a world all on their own for this race. And see Crazy, that's the gap down to 1.6. So he is definitely closing that gap. It's coming in a good couple of tenths every lap. Although he has run out of time, he's only got 3 laps to do it. And unfortunately Nicky's just eased off a wee bit. He's lost a little bit of time to just Sam in the Mercedes there. There's both the Alpine drivers, that's them swapping positions for 9th and 10th place.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like Nick's bringing that gap down. It's went back up to 2.7 seconds behind now.
But yeah, I think the battle for it in the last couple of laps is going to be for this podium position between Coomboy and Crazy. At least for on track. I know that Crazy's going to get, as long as he can stay within that gap and not pick up any track limit penalties or that, he's going to pick up that podium position.
I don't think Crazy will actually go for any move. I think he'll just sit behind him for the rest of the race, because then he's instantly going to get promoted up to 3rd place because of Coomboy's penalty. Yeah, he'll have the DRS, but I don't see him making the move.
And of course this will allow Royal to take over the lead at the top of the championship as well. I think it's only going to be by about a point, or he might be still just a point behind. that is going to make it even closer for the battle at the top. And it could be getting, if it keeps going like this, it's going to be getting pushed down to the very last race of the season. It would just be brilliant to sit and watch that and to actually see it. Hopefully even better commentating on a championship decider. But you say Crazy might not bother going for this, maybe he might just sit in there knowing that he's going to take this third place.
The rain is definitely getting heavier.
Although it is normally more satisfying to actually take the position on track, you know, to actually cross the line on that, but you take the points and the positions any way they come. But yeah, the mixture of weather certainly changed up this race anyway. And I knew there was going to be accidents, just didn't expect it to be as many incidents as what there was. So it did take about 10 laps to actually get proper racing underway. But
Yeah, well, as I thought, Crazy's just sitting behind Coonboy. He's braking early into every corner, just staying in the DRS, staying within that 3-second interval.
yeah, I mean, that has been a really good race for battles though. I mean, especially earlier on in the race in the mid-pack with Bean and the Mercedes and that, when they were all fighting for 6th, 7th and 8th, there were some brilliant overtakes in there for the race. So although the weather has kind of mixed it up and caused quite a few big gaps and not so much close racing for the last couple of laps, early on was brilliant. You see Crazy here right on the back of Coonboy now, so maybe he is going to go for this move. He just has to keep it nice and tidy and not do anything drastic, especially with just a couple of laps to go. In fact, they're actually just come around as Royce was already going to be going on. Coming out to go onto the last lap soon. He just seems to be that far ahead. In fact,
Yes.
that's him already, I think, overtaken lapped Bassi. But yeah, so Roy has been untouched. I think even for some of the battles and the moves, I think driver of the day would have to go to Royal, because regardless, I mean, even his restarts on the safety cars, especially the last one, have been absolutely epic.
Yeah, well, he has dominated this full race. He is now 15 seconds ahead, and J-Beast is 20 seconds ahead, so J-Beast will be fine, hopefully, if he doesn't spin or crash.
Yeah, Crazy's still putting Kumbai under pressure there, but I think he'll just hold steady coming through the last couple of laps and that. And I say I haven't mentioned J-Beast that much, I say, because he's been one of the other drivers that since the last safety car restart, he just kind of stretched it and left everyone else behind. Oh, Crazy looked like he got a bit of a slide coming through sector 2 there, but managed to hold that. That was well done. The same with Kuma, got a little bit of a slide on the exit there. The hairpin there, but as I said, I don't think Crazy's going to go for any moves, as he still looks like he's just sitting in there. When he caught up to him that quick, it looks like he probably could have went past him if he'd wanted to.
Yeah, but he's just sitting behind him, just waiting to take 3rd place when they go across the line.
I mean, remember I've been trying, I mean, Kumboy's pretty much used up all his battery. I mean, he's down to 10% battery, but his Crazy's still sitting with 63. I think this is where Crazy's just going to switch the battery on and possibly go for an overtake, because he'll want to do it on the track. And as this battle just goes into the last lap, Royal and J-Beast there already going through sector 1. In fact, Royal's just about coming up to the end of sector 1 as on the final lap of the Singapore Grand Prix. It's certainly been an eventful Grand Prix. In fact, it actually looks like for the last lap that the rains actually went off, or almost. Well, it did as they went through that tunnel, but
I don't think Crazy is going to do the move on track. I think he's just going to sit behind Coonboy and just take 3rd place because of the penalty.
yeah, he doesn't want to make any mistakes and end up causing damage to his own car and maybe taking him out of 4th place. This is a good haul of points. So as we just go back to the front, we're just watching Royal come through the last couple of corners. Now we're second to last corner. Chucking it down with rain.
Oh, Crazy
Royal,
runs a little bit wide.
Royal comes
Crazy.
across the line, serves his 5-second penalty. He is your Singapore race winner. Vijabi's about 16 seconds behind. He's just coming through the final corner now. So the Williams driver, he manages to take second place.
Yeah, Crazy.
Back.
Yeah, Crazy went wide there. I thought he was going to go over 3 seconds behind, but he hasn't. He's actually kept within 3 seconds. He went way too fast into one of the chicanes and just went right off, but never connected with anything. But he has stayed within 3 seconds,
So on track, Cowboy comes across to take third, but this is Crazy crosses the line that promotes him up into the third place in the podium position. So we see just Sam and Mercedes coming across in fifth. Nick crosses the line in sixth.
Oh no! Nick has spun!
Just
Nick
as
spun
he crossed
before
the line. Oh, just after the line. Moxie's who actually took it because of the penalties. Nick spun just as he went across the line. So Nick and Aston take seventh. And Anand, as usual, accident free. He comes through in 8th place, with Max in the Alpine taking 9th. Rabas in the Williams is just coming around the last couple of corners. He'll take your 10th place. And then you've got the second and Alpine drivers coming through to take your 11th. So it's certainly an eventful race, an action-packed race there anyway.
Definitely. Let's see. Oh, Anand got driver of the day.
Like I said, Silent Assassin, you never see him, hear him, but he always seems to pop up there near the top 10. But some excellent racing for some of the drivers there. As I say, an absolute masterclass display for the front two. They were miles ahead of everyone else. I think a promotion will be on the cards for next season at this rate.
Yeah, so I'll quickly just give you a rundown of the grid. So, first was Royal, second was Jai Beast, third was Crazy, fourth was Coomboy, fifth was Just Sam, sixth was Moxie Sue, seventh was Nickman Please, eighth was Anand Gamer, ninth was Max, 10th was Nico, 11th was Rabas, 12th was Basil, 13th was Real Ashton Army, 14th was Danger Winstone, 15th was Clovix, and the 15th all the way down to 20th there was DNFs.
So that has been your Singapore race for the X5. And we'll hope to see you all next week for where we'll only have 3 rounds to go, and it is getting very, very heated up at the top of the championship.